Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the World Boys Tournament, streaming live to you from Sydney, Australia, and Blacktown International Sportspark in the west of Sydney. It's a fantastic Saturday to start this tournament off. We're up to game number 3 now for the World Boys Tournament, and it's going to be sensational, this whole tournament throughout the next 4 days. Good afternoon, I'm Paul Harradine, also known as Harrow, with Big Cam Hickson, P-Mac, Paul McCulloch, and tomorrow you'll be joined by Dave Bonham, the Fat Controller, who's working tonight elsewhere. So we're happy to bring you these games, and here we go with San Diego versus the Sky Roos, and the lead-off batter, line drive straight into the glove of the second baseman from the Sky Roos. Joining me in commentary, as I said, Big Cam Hickson. We will get all the play-by-plays to you. We will give you the lineups right now, the defensive lineup for the Sky Roos, as we get into the action here for game number 3, and Sky Roos back-to-back games here on Diamond 1, and the broadcast brought to you by the Summer of Baseball and Sports Broadcasting Australia. Up to the second batter in the lineup, and San Diego, the lead-off was Jacob Savoy, who was out on the line drive to second base, and now at the plate it's the number 6, Miguel Amador.
Yeah, Amador in the batter's box now, ready to face Jacob Verez for the Sky Roos. We'll run through both the lineups as this one is drilled back up the middle, cut off by Hayes, the shortstop, and he will fire it across for the out. So quickly through the Sky Roos defensive lineup. Hayden Purchase looks after left field. Callum Donnelly is in centre field. Shannon Gibbons is in right field. Nathan Guerrero looks after third base. Matthew Haynes, who just made the play at shortstop. You've got Liam Padovan, who took the line drive at second base. Wilson Spinks is your first baseman. Behind the plate, Jordan Martin, and on the mound, Jacob Verez. So 2 up, 2 down for the Sky Roos, trying to make a much better start to this game than they did in their previous encounter against the Hawaiian team. And they do get 2 up, 2 down, as the batter in the box for San Diego is Emmanuel Lopez. He'll be playing third base to start things off for the San Diego team. Another wonderful city there on the water in California.
Cam, this is a better start for the Sky Roos than the previous game, no doubt whatsoever.
This one hit hard down the left field line, tailing in. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Rounding first and heading towards second will be Lopez, and Lopez will stand up. No, he will actually slide right at the end there, but didn't need to. Safely in with a double to get things going as Harrow, the kiss of death, he just launches on the poor old Sky Roos again. Just when it looked like they were going to have a 3 up, 3 down innings, Harrow opens his mouth and Emmanuel Lopez goes thump down the left field line for a double.
I'll just go to the sin bin for a few minutes if that's all right. Be back on air shortly. Bye-bye.
See ya.
So Austin Lukenbill into the batter's box. Another big lump of a lad for an under 16-year-old lad. Big boy takes a big cut, pops it up into the infield. It should be a pitcher's ball. Pitcher is there in time, and Jacob Verez will take care of it himself, and he will get the job done, and they will get out of the innings. San Diego will strand one runner, but we're through one half of one inning here at Blacktown International Sports Park. No score on the board between San Diego and the Sky Roos. And back here at Blacktown International Sports Park in beautiful sunny Sydney, just going on to 5 o'clock here in the eastern states of New South Wales. Sun slowly descending into the west. Beautiful looking thing. Just as a manager's having a chat to the home plate umpire at the moment. Not sure what he's upset about.
It is lovely out here on the veranda, boys. I can tell you this little stint in the sin bin is doing me good. Sitting in the sun on the back veranda.
That's debatable.
San Diego manager not happy about something. Not sure what he's speaking to the home plate umpire about, but
maybe it's all of the playing staff inside the fence. The umpire may have said, "Can you put all your players behind the fence?" Don't know.
That's what the fence is for.
Well, he was pointing at the Skyroos dugout for some reason. So anyhow,
okay.
Baseball in front of us. William Padovan leading things off for the Skyroos. Santiago Rangel on the mound for San Diego. Rangel fires in a couple of strikes. In fact, 1 ball, 1 strike. Rangel reaches back. This one lifted into shallow left field. No, it's not going to get that far. It's only going to be popped up to the shortstop, Orzel. And Padovan will go down on that fly ball to the shortstop, Orzel. For 1 up, 1 down. I'll run you through the defensive lineup for the San Diego Baseball boys here in the World Baseball Tournament. Sinjon Balbolia is in left field. Miguel Amador in centre field. Declan Lynch is in right field. Emmanuel Lopez looks after third base. Tyson Orzel, the shortstop. Joseph Iglesias is the second baseman. Austin Lukenbill is the first baseman. Behind the plate is Jacob Savoy. And on the mound, Santiago Rangel.
And that first pitch that he threw to Matthew Haynes went directly behind him. I thought you usually back a player up from the plate, but he moved him in closer to the edge.
Jam him on the hands now. That's that's the theory.
It's a strategy.
Rangel now fires this one, looking for the inside corner, misses.
And he did too. Moved him in and pushed him back again.
2 straight balls.
Just playing a game called baseball.
Rangel winds up. This one is hit into right field, dying quickly, getting around there. Lynch, he'll have a tough play, lays out, cannot come up with it. Ball hits the ground and heading towards second will be Haynes to play at second base, safe at second base. So Matthew Haynes really trying to push the envelope there. A little bleeder into a shallow right field, landed about only about a metre from the line. It was really close to the line, maybe a yard from the line for our American viewers, and really tough play for Declan Lynch. He laid out and did his best to try and get there, but he just couldn't reach it. And Haynes, once he saw him lay out, just turned the corner, put the accelerator on and went for second base and got in there.
Hey Cam, I want to mention the umpiring team. What about the location for the umpires during that play? The field umpire at first base had to go out to look at the catch. He went straight out past first base to look at that, to make the ruling. The plate umpire charged straight out to second base.
Was almost on the mound.
Position
she was
for the play.
Almost standing on the mound to see the tag at second base.
Great teamwork by both umpires. I've got to give them a big compliment.
This one lined into left field. Base hit there for Guerrero. Stopping at third will be Haynes. And so the Skyroos have runners on the corners with back-to-back base hits for Haynes and Guerrero. Yeah, we're very often very quick to criticise umpires when they get it wrong.
Yeah, give them a rap when they get it right.
Correct.
That was excellent umpiring.
When they get themselves in good position to make call. Only working on a 2-umpire system here at the World Boys Championships. They're doing a very good job.
Great teamwork. Crowd hushes while the signals are given. It's quite interesting. Coach puts down silent signals. The batter looks at him. The crowd goes quiet.
And the coach for San Diego giving the pitcher the signals as to exactly what he wants him to throw.
Verez now at the plate. Big guy steps in.
He takes a hack. He puts it into the hole between first and second base. Does he? No. Great range from Iglesias to get the out. A great play.
How good is this game?
Oh, Joseph Iglesias, great range to get across to his right to stop that ball getting out into right field. He comes up with the throw to get Verez at first base, but not before Matthew Haynes takes off from third and scores. So Haynes scores the first run of the game for the Skyroos. A great play from Iglesias, though, to actually get an out on that play.
He turned around, saw the runner still coming, and got it straight across.
Jordan Martin, the new batter for the Skyroos.
This is a really enthusiastic game from both clubs here, and the crowd really loving it as well. They're getting behind the guys. What an opening inning for the first.
Martin ready to face Rangel, swings through one for a swinging strike. So 2 out, runner at second base, 1 run across the plate for the Skyroos here in the bottom of the first inning. This pitch, called strike.
Yeah, he paints that edge again.
A good location, just inside the outside edge, and height not an issue at all. So 2 strikes now on Jordan Martin, catcher for the Skyroos. Rangel winds up. This one is fouled off. He stays alive. In on the hands.
I got it. Straight over my head.
Straight over the grandstand, down onto the concourse, and probably in somebody's backpack by about now.
Yep, going out the front gate.
So Santiago Rangel, can he get his team out of a little bit of trouble that they ran into here in the first? This one fouled off again by Martin. Fouls it straight back to the screen. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Taking a long look at the signals.
Yeah, taking a long time to get his signals from his coach, and he throws the curveball, gets it on the inside edge, rings him up for strike 3.
That was the pitch.
So Rangel gets the team out of there with a called strike 3 on Jordan Martin, but not before the damage gets done. It is Matthew Haynes that scores the opening run of this ball game, driven in by Jacob Verez, and that will give the Skyroos a lead of 1-0 over San Diego after 1 completed innings here at Blacktown. And welcome back to Blacktown International Sports Park. You are tuned in to the World Boys Tournament here. What is it, the 37th year?
Absolutely.
37th tournament, the 48th year.
That's right.
Been going since 1973, this tournament. So what's that, 45 years, in fact.
It's a long time.
I'll get the maths right
Yeah,
sooner or later.
international baseball The World Boys Tournament brought to you from Sydney, Australia. The 2 teams in front of us, San Diego in the USA and the Skyroos from Australia.
Santiago Rangel, the pitcher, is in the batter's box for the San Diego boys. 3 teams from California out here at this tournament.
Game number 2 before this one was the Skyroos versus Hawaii, and from the USA, of course. And game number 1, Alameda from San Francisco area in California as well. Sensational baseball by these young guys. It is really good to see. Some of the teams development more so, some that little bit older up to the 16 years age group, 13 to 15 I think.
Tomorrow we will see Fresno also from California out here on Diamond number 1. So 3 Californian teams out here, a Hawaiian team, Korean, Japanese. We've got it all out here. It's great to see a couple of Australian teams.
Interns here from the USA working in background, helping out from all over the USA.
That pitches inside and hits Rangel, so he will take first base.
Whole bunch of interns from Mobile, Alabama.
Great to have them out here helping. Because we need as many hands as you can to run a tournament like this. You've got to have people looking after scoreboards and, scoring.
PMAC keeps complaining to me that I'm breathing.
Ground announcing, all of that sort of stuff. So Iglesias into the batter's box now for San Diego. We saw him pull off a wonderful play in the defensive side. Shows bunt, drops it down the third base line. It's a wonderful bunt. He's got wheels. He's going to score. He's going to be safe. There's going to be no play at all for the Skyroos. A wonderful bunt by Joseph Iglesias. He got it perfectly about halfway down the third base line. It landed dead, and a good set of wheels will give him a base hit bunt.
Number 1 on his back, he took off.
So a smart play put on there by the San Diego coaching staff to drop a bunt on the very speedy Iglesias.
Isn't it good to see a short game being introduced?
Wonderful to see the short game as Tyson Orzel steps into the batter's box. Orzel shows bunt. He rolls it down the third base line. Not as well placed. They'll go to third base. I don't think he got him, did he?
Yep,
yes, he
got
did.
Him.
Just in the nick of time.
Umpire was right there, had a good look in at it and called it straight away. It was about a step away, Cam, half a step.
Wasn't sure if his foot was down, but it was. So that'll be a 1-5 there. Iglesias will advance to second base and Orzel aboard courtesy of the fielder's choice. So interesting that they went to third. There was just enough time to get the out. So Jacob Verez fielding that one. It wasn't quite as close to the line. Another yard closer to the line. And that's another base hit. So something the Skyroos will have to be super, super careful of as Sinjon Balbolia heads to the plate. He pops it up into foul territory. It's going to get out of play. Catcher's going to have a go. But no, gets out of play.
It'd only be in the barbecue area.
A good place when this place is packed and rocking to be watching the baseball from.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect seats.
You just need to wear a stack hat.
Yes, very much so with the double tiered netting we have here at Blacktown. If you sit in those seats, some will go over your head, hit the netting, and then come back onto your head. So something you need to be aware of if you're heading out here to Blacktown to watch baseball games. But in front of us, Balbolia trying to get the tying run. It stands at second base in the form of Iglesias. Perez winds up, throws it. Did it catch him on the shoulder? No, it didn't.
No.
Not quite. Didn't miss by much.
Spun out of it just a little.
So the count, I believe, 1 ball, 1 strike. In fact, it is 1 ball, 1 strike. And that confirmed by the home plate umpire. This one popped up again into foul territory. Again, the catcher's going to have a run. It's going to go into the dugout of the Sky Blues. So that is out of play. And that will be a second strike now on Sinjon Balbolia.
Coach Mark Spinks just avoiding that ball. He turned his back on it, but Nelly came over and hit him on the head. Turned the wrong way.
Should have caught it.
Well, didn't want to break a finger.
Well, fair enough.
He's a pitcher.
Yeah,
oh, sorry.
Yeah, they don't.
Sorry.
Yeah, they don't field, do they? That's right. Pitchers don't field.
All you do, you got a point.
I was wrong. He didn't want to break a nail.
That's right. And you got a point. Someone else does the fielding.
Someone else catches it.
Thank you.
That'll come back to us.
Absolutely. Balbolia sees the next pitch, misses upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. As Verez looks for a very important strikeout for the Sky Blues here, the Sky Blue Roos.
I've got to mention the Spinks family for so many years that go back such a long way have been so key to the success of baseball in New South Wales over the years. It's just
Ferris
amazing.
delivers, line driven up the middle. It'll be a base hit, rounding third and being waved to the plate. Iglesias, he will score standing up. The ball cut off in the middle of the diamond. And the tying run comes through the plate in the form of Iglesias. He scores. Orzell holds at second base, and Balbolia with a base hit drives in a run here for San Diego, who level it at 1 apiece here in the top of the second.
Yeah, wow. And I'll tell you what, if they're going to try and put a tag on Iglesias, they're never going to get him. You've got to find him first before you can get the glove on him.
He's also another one of those slightly smaller players of stature. He's not a 6-foot player by any stretch, but does have a set of wheels. So Declan Lynch, the right fielder, he's in for his first at-bat as Verez turns around and just has a pick-off attempt at second base. No real sweat there as Matthew Haynes comes in and catches the ball and applies a tag to Orzell, who is standing firmly on second base.
So this is good. We've got a 1-1 ball game.
Runners at first and second, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Throw to the plate is a called strike. Lynch taking all the way. First pitch that Lynch has seen.
3 games and all 3 plate umpires on this diamond have called the outside edge of the zone perfectly all day. It's good to see such consistency.
Perez looks, comes to the plate. This one popped up. Going to be in foul territory. Going to get into the first base dugout. No, it's actually going to get up into the grandstand, in fact. And so that will be a second strike now on Declan Lynch. A little bit of work to do for Lynch to try and drive in another run. Orzell stands at second base. Balbolia stands at first. There is 1 away. We're locked at ones here in the second inning, the top of the second inning at Blacktown International Sportspark. Perez delivers to the plate, a swing and a miss from Declan Lynch, and he will go down on strikes for the second out here in the top of the second inning.
Nice pitch there from Jacob Verez. Absolutely what he needed to do is just get it on that outside edge and away from the big hitter.
Yeah, down and away, which is what he did when he's ahead in the count. And Lynch chasing after one, couldn't get bat on it. He goes down on strikes for the second out.
And a big shout out to anybody in San Diego that's watching and following their guys here, following this club. The San Diego team, they're doing a fantastic job here in Australia, let me tell you. And if you couldn't make the trip out here, then we're glad we can bring you this broadcast via Sports Broadcasting Australia.
In between innings, we'll give you away as this one's going to be line driven into right field. Rounding third and being waved home, Orzell. He will score. Being held at third base will be Balbolia. And it will be another RBI single for Jacob Savoy. He drives in Orzell. And San Diego now lead this one 2-1.
Yeah, big hit that one. That really got them up there, got the wheels going for the San Diego guys. And Balbolia, as Cam said, is now standing at third base. The threat isn't over, even though there's 2 out here in the top of the second inning.
That will bring Miguel Amador to the plate. He grounded out to the shortstop, his first at-bat. And in between innings, we'll get PMAC to pop up the Twitter handle so that anybody at San Diego that might want to say hello or tell us where you're listening from, or whether you have another bunt being shown. Bat withdrawn, and Savoy taking second base unopposed.
Yeah, just to move the run around, Cam.
Yep, puts them now at second and third with 2 out. So hopefully that if Amador can get a base hit, they'll score a couple of runs, not just the one.
Yeah, it removes the force.
It
takes a bit of pressure off the second and third base runners.
We'd love to hear from any of our American friends that are tuned in to watch family or friends playing in this game as that pitch misses upstairs. 2 straight balls now on Amador.
Well, I've actually just got an SMS that did come through to my personal phone, and it was a case of not so much an American friend, but somebody involved in the juniors and also the upcoming ABL, and it's a big cheerio to Matty Cav.
Oh, g'day, Matty. Hope you're well. Glenn Long jumped in on Twitter as well there for a little bit to say hello. So he's obviously around too, up north, looking after things Queensland baseball.
I thought he might have been doing another advert for Airtasker.
He may well be in America.
Well, he may be too. There you go.
He's going away for a bit of a holiday.
He was going away. In between Airtasker adverts.
Yeah.
So Amador now waits for a pitch from Verez, pops it up. This one's in foul territory, and nobody's going to get to that either. It's going to land in the dugout of the Skyroos. So
Longy may well have got a gig down here, Big Cam, if it wasn't for his trip away.
Well, yeah, we could have used him.
We welcome anyone that's quite happy to come up here.
He's always happy to come into New South Wales.
With a burgundy top.
I couldn't get him across the border when I lived up there. Now I live in Queensland.
Can't help bad luck.
A full count, I believe, on Amador. A full count pitch is low and outside, and that will be ball 4.
That's it.
Yep, it is ball 4, yep. I thought it was. And that will be a walk, so that will load the bases. A very, very dangerous Lopez to the plate. He doubled down the left field line in his first at-bat. So Verez and the Sky Blues will be aware of that.
Third batter in the lineup. That's what he's out there for. The third and fourth batters are there to clean up. And you never know. Lopez may well be looking to just do that.
Lopez waits on Verez, goes after, drives it up the middle. It'll score 1. In comes Balboa. Rounding third and heading for the plate, Savoy. He will score unopposed. And the ball cut off in the middle of the diamond with runners on first and third. So Balboa scores, Savoy scores, and all of a sudden it's 4-1 San Diego over the Skyroos.
Yeah, and the threat remains because Amador is now standing at third base in scoring position. And as you said, Lopez at first, runners on the corners. Still 2 out, though, in this top of the second inning. And a coach's visit to the mound.
Yeah, the ninth batter in the inning due to come to the plate. That will be Austin Lukenbill. He is due to head to the mound.
Yep, he will come to the plate, and he popped up in his first appearance.
So if we do have any visitors out there that wish to say hello to us,
I'm going to take the opportunity
we'll grab the opportunity now. It is up on your screen there. It is at Summer of Baseball is the Twitter handle, and we've got that running up here in the com box, so we can give you a shout out if you want to send through a Twitter or a tweet to us. There is an SMS number, that is the Australian number there, +61 412 203 068. That'll come through as well, so we can get an SMS, but just be reminded that is an Australian number, so if you've got to pay international fees and rates and everything, just be advised that is an Australian number. Twitter handle, that's the easy way to do it. As we said, at Summer of Baseball, and we'd love to hear from where you are, and anything you can give us about the kids, maybe the high, if they're from a various high school around the place, and all that sort of stuff. If they're all from a high school or a couple, they all play in the same, weekend teams or clubs, would be great. But here we go, Austin Lukenbill. Can he create some more damage for San Diego? Takes the first pitch from Verez for a called strike.
And there was also a balk called on that one, Cam.
And a balk.
Yep. So the
2 runners will advance. So Amador will score from third base, and Lopez will advance to second base on the balk.
That's it.
Maybe a quick pitch balk, because I didn't see a lot of foot movement, but I also didn't see a lot of rest.
Yeah, and it certainly was a quick pitch, and that's what coach for the Skyroos, Graham Castle, was asking the umpire.
Verez to the plate, misses upstairs now. Runner only at second base. Score now 5-1. San Diego over the Skyroos. Austinville with a count of 1 ball and 1 strike on him at the moment. In fact, the strike won't count after a balk, will it?
That's correct.
The ball will be dead. So it will be 1 ball only on Austinville. That one in the dirt will be 2 balls. I think the umpire was trying to make that clear to the scorers by holding up the fact that there was only the 1 finger being held up. She's doing a good job behind the plate, our home plate umpire. Not quite sure if it is Emma Cummings doing the plate. I believe it is. I didn't get a chance to go down and have a chat to the umpires before this game. We had them for the last game. We knew Emma did the bases in the last game. Good up and coming umpire, as this one is chopped foul down the third base line and out of play. That will make it 2 balls and 1 strike on Austinville.
And a quick shout out to David Bonham as well, been in touch with us, just reminding us that the mobile number for international callers, if you would like to send an SMS, that's a short message on your mobile phone. The international number to call is 61412 203068.
Plus.
Got to have a plus in front
You've
of
got
the
to have a +61, and that's what's up on the screen.
Okay.
as this one is driven down the
Down
third
the
base line.
line.
It's fair. It was laying out, was Guerrero trying to get to it. He couldn't. That will mean that Lopez will score from second base. And standing up with a double will be Austin Lukenbill. He'll get an RBI double with 2 out here in the top of the second inning.
Wow, they've opened their account big time, San
Certainly
Diego, haven't they? They've just made this second inning really count, and they're giving the Skyroos something to chase very certainly. Skyroos started the game very positively as well, so we haven't got to the bottom of the second innings yet, obviously, but they may well keep running also, and Skyroos could well keep pace with San Diego.
Well, Santiago Rangel now, he's got a chance to continue the innings. He flies one into right
That's
field
gone
on
through
the
him.
hop. No, it's gotten through him. I
Gone
thought
through
he
him.
scooped him up on the hop. He loses it, so Austin Bill will score from second base. Going around second and heading into third, standing up, will be Rangel. So he will get himself, it really probably should be scored maybe a single and 2 on an error.
Correct.
If you were being harsh about the scoring, but it is a base hit nonetheless. And Rangel gets himself around to third, adds another run, and all of a sudden it is 6. Make it 7. Make it 7-1 in favour of San Diego.
Wow, it's a bust out in the top half of the second inning. Early days though. Joseph Iglesias, the number 1 on his back.
Did a really fantastic job of dropping a bunt and running last time at bat. See if he swings away this time. First pitch from Verez is up and out for ball 1.
Jacob Verez, that's not bad to see, he's taking his time, obviously regrouping his thinking to settle himself down. That's good for a young guy.
Yep, and no damage going to your pitch limit.
Yeah.
As a called strike comes in. 1
Yeah.
ball, 1 strike.
Well done. I think he's refreshed, if you like, from the movie, cleared the mechanism.
Yep.
To start again.
That's
Good
all
to
you
see.
all you can do is continue to throw strikes, and until your coach doesn't want you to throw strikes anymore, all you can do is throw strikes. This one lifted into left field, playing shallow out there is Purchase, but he will have to take it on 1 hop, and so Iglesias will get himself another base hit. He'll get himself an RBI on this occasion as Rangel comes home, and that will make it now 8-0.
8-1.
Sorry, 8-1. I forgot about the
Come
one run
on.
that scored.
At least give him a 1.
Skyru scored in the bottom of the first innings.
Just a little defence here. Little defence and a bit more urgency maybe in getting to the ball. It's hard to do, I know, and this type of light, and these kids are probably not used to playing under lights.
You've got to make the decision, Harrow, whether you play shallow in the outfield or deep in the outfield.
And if you decide to go, you've got to get there 100%.
And if you play deep in the outfield, if they one hop you, well, so be it. If you play shallow and they hit it over your head, well, so be that too.
The other thing I found, Cam, is it's really easy from up here.
Absolutely. Was it 2 errors in 6 seasons or something up here in the commentary box?
Yeah, brilliant performance from the commentary box.
Did you make errors?
I make errors in the commentary box all the time, P-Mac. Just not usually many people scoring them.
Okay.
I'm about as far from perfect as you'll get.
Back to the eight.
in lots of different ways. Perez just stepping off and making sure Iglesias stays close because you know he will steal second base. You know he's going to go. And he slides back into first as Perez throws around. Well handled on the hop by Wilson Spinks at first base. Iglesias is just one of those little characters you see that, hasn't got a ton of muscle or a ton of size, but gee, he's got a ton of speed. He wants to steal second base. He's looking to steal second base as Verez comes to the plate, misses low.
I'll tell you what, he has got a great big heart. He's got more ticker than a lot of people I've seen for his size.
What they say, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Yeah, and he's got some determination.
Might only be a terrier, but he's got a big ticker.
What a
This
good
one
lead.
is a
What
comeback
good lead.
straight to Verez. He will get it across to Spinks, and they will get the third out. It will be Orzel.
No.
What just happened?
It looks like the umpire has called a balk again.
Called another balk on
Really?
Verez. So Graham Castle's going to go out and have a chat to the field umpire.
Wonder which umpire called that. Field umpire.
Field
obviously
umpire
going out to
definitely.
him.
Yep, field umpire definitely. So Iglesias will advance on the balk. He will go to second base. Orzel will get a life.
Oh, wow, they're going to check. Going to check. Now he's asked the umpire to explain to the pitcher what's going on. So again, is that the quick pitch call? Is that what he was calling?
I would say it'd have to be. I didn't see any, unless he's moving his shoulders or
Because
maybe the ball with the hand, the hand with the ball in the glove,
He
and he's not doing it consistently.
Stepped to first base for the pick-off, didn't he?
Yeah, but that was okay. It was the pitch after the pick-off. It was he came to the plate. He came to the plate with that pitch.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So it's obviously something he's doing before he's pitching. It must be a quick pitch. Just looking at that routine and that action. I'll keep a closer eye on his pitching action in these next couple. But Orzell gets a little bit of a benefit there and now gets to 2 balls and 1 strike.
And Glacius at second base now. Advances on the balk.
Yeah, very, very short rest from Varese as this one is slapped towards second base. Straight through. Padovan, the second baseman, rounding third and heading home will be Iglesias. He will score. So add another one on for San Diego.
Wow.
So it's 9-1. And Orzell will get himself a base hit to right field and an RBI.
And a life.
All because of a life from what we believe to be a quick pitch from Jacob Varese.
Okay, there we go. So
That's all it could be based on that action.
yeah, Orzell at first. Still one runner on there for San Diego. St. John Bolia at the plate.
Yeah, there's nothing moving when he's coming to his rest. It's just watching the action a little bit more closely. Yeah, certainly nothing moving like shoulders or hands in gloves or anything like that the field umpire could be concerned about, or feet shuffling or anything like that. It must be just the fact that he has a very, very short resting period. Rest pitch, yeah, very, very close as that one is fouled back to the netting.
Yep, got him again.
So he's called another balk on him.
Yep, pinged him again.
I thought there was a noticeable rest. I didn't think it was a long rest, but he's called another balk on Varese. So Orzell will head to second base.
Okay, he's just got to take that little pause now. He's got to make the adjustment. That's the test.
Now this will be a test of the coaching staff for the Skyroos to take him aside after the game, regardless of what the result of the game is.
Yep.
Take him aside and work on this and put an actual rest. And I think Varese is a little bit upset at the umpire.
Yeah.
That was a prolonged pause with a stare straight at the base umpire.
At least he's taking his time and working through the problem. And that's what he's got to do, is clear the problem from his mind and just keep disciplined. It's easy to get a little excited and enthusiastic during the game.
Believe it to be 1 ball, 1 strike.
So he steps on now, has a look at the umpire.
He has a look at the runner. You wait till he
There
comes
is
to
a
his
runner at
pause
second.
here. He'll
There
come
is
to
a
his
runner.
pause. He'll look at and he'll hold it and he's looking at the umpire and the runner and he'll head back to second base.
Tries it again. Good job. Good job.
But having a pronounced pause in his action now.
He's being very methodical, maybe exaggerating it a little, but that's what he needs
That's
to
what you
do
gotta
to
do.
make the adjustment.
If the umpire's not happy with your action and he's going to continually balk you need to change your action.
Yep, then go back to a natural flow.
This one slapped straight at Padovan. Should be an easy play. Comes up with it, fires it across the first base, and they will get out of the inning. So there are no balks, nothing called. No, the Skyroos are out of there, but not before the damage is done. 9 runs crossing the plate in the And welcome back to Blacktown International Sports Park. You are listening to Sports Broadcasting Australia, bringing you all the action of the World Boys Tournament here in beautiful Sydney. Great to have all the teams from overseas coming here to Sydney. Yes, it is our winter time, but it is still a very pleasant 16, 17 degrees out here at Blacktown. As Santiago Rangel goes back to work, this time facing Wilson Spinks. And called strike now on Spinks. The count now, I believe, to 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think it might be 2-1, Ken.
Didn't quite see that hand signal from our home plate umpire, but that one's in the dirt. So that one won't count.
The plate umpire was just indicating to the on-deck batter, you need to come and clean the ball up. It was laying back against the fence. The San Diego player came and got it.
2 balls, 1 strike on Wilson Spinks. That pitch is high and inside. In fact, it was 3 balls and 1 strike. You were right, P-Mac. I will give you that one.
What was that?
Will Spinks goes to first base, P-Mac.
Ball for Wilson Spinks.
Good job for the lead-off. The lead-off batter's job is to get on first, and that's exactly what he did.
So Callum Donnelly now to his first at-bat for the afternoon for the Skyroos. Wasn't used in the previous game. So good for Donnelly to get up there and have a bit of a hit now for the Skyroos.
Yeah, these guys have waited 45 minutes to get into the batter's box.
Has to think about that first pitch, lays off it, called strike. Wilson Spinks with a pretty good lead up there at first base. Rangel comes to the plate, misses upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. But a big top of the second inning for San Diego, whacking on 9 runs in the top part of the inning. And so a lot of work for the Skyroos to do, down 9-1. Again, Callum Donnelly thinks about swinging at that pitch, lays off it, gets a ball called. So 2 balls and a strike. And get a little bit more interested in first base now. But it comes to the plate again, and this one popped up. Is it going to be a play for Savoy, the catcher? No, it won't be. It'll get over the netting.
It's one for the scouts, and it's gone back down the stairwell.
Down the stairwell. It's a funny place for a stairwell, but it is where it is.
Premium seating if you're standing on the stairs.
Directly behind home plate. Callum Donnelly now with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Gill checks the runner at first. Comes to the plate. This one fouled off the first base side of things. Out of play. So Donnelly staying alive, hanging in there. Fighting off a couple of good pitches from Rangel.
Series of good games coming up tomorrow. The schedule for Sunday looks very interesting. Korea versus Alameda on Diamond 1 for Game 1 tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Sydney time.
Pitch high and inside will fill the count. Runner on first in the form of Wilson Spinks. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second innings. It is 9-1. San Diego over the Skyroos. Payoff pitch to the plate, swung on and missed by Donnelly. Looked like it might have been a little bit low and outside, but he went after it, and he goes down swinging for the first out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, big swing on that. He even had a loose grip on the bat. Threw it through, and that will bring Hayden Purchase to the plate, the left fielder for the Skyroos.
So Purchase settles in. Again, another one of these younger Skyroos. It's in here for the experience of a tournament like this against quality opposition.
Yeah, possibly some of this batter and the previous batter, I think, maybe a little far off the plate to get the outside edge. They need to be able to defend the outside edge of the plate, cover the whole lot. So it's easy to coach from the box, I know, but that looks to be an obvious one from here.
Called strike to start things off on Purchase, and another called strike right on the outside edge, and that's exactly what you were talking about, Harrow. If Rangel throws another pitch down there, can Purchase even lay enough bat on it to be able to slap it into right field, who is playing incredibly shallow?
He's got to take a big step to get to it.
0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled off.
And only got the tip of the bat on it at the end of that swing as well.
Yeah, shout out to the to a couple of San Francisco's tuned in.
Yeah.
We've got Gerald Fitzpatrick and Patrick Fitzgerald tuned in from San Francisco.
And Longy was one that actually gave us that one too. So he's over there with them.
Yeah, good guy Longy, I guess he would. I think he's mentioned they were mates of his.
Yeah.
So Rangel to the plate, can't quite get the curveball through the strike zone.
Dropped a little low.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get it the full 60 feet 6 inches. Just dropped a couple of inches short, down low, landed almost right on home plate. Savoy cleaned it up very nicely. Now Rangel to try and get the out. Fastball, did he get it? Nope, misses upstairs.
That was a good speed on that pitch.
Yeah.
Even the catcher flinched a little bit, and I think the umpire may have just a fraction as well.
Oh, she was out of the way, yep. The catcher wasn't sure where it was going. He got his head out of the way very quickly, and home plate umpire went with him. So, again, good umpiring. If the catcher goes, you go with him. Stay protected.
Pitcher San Diego Rangel. He put a bit of chili sauce on that last one, I think.
Yeah, Purchase just fouls it off, stays alive, doing a good job hanging in there and staying alive. Fighting off the good pitches. Trying to leave alone the bad pitches.
One of our famous Major League baseballers from Sydney, Australia, Craig Shipley, spent a bit of time playing with San Diego.
Full count pitch. It's driven towards Iglesias. There's a double play opportunity. They get the first. They turn for the second. They will get the second part of the double play. So it will be Iglesias to Orzel to Lukenbill. And they will turn the 4-6-3 double play to get rid of Spinks and Purchase. And that will end the inning for the Skyroos. They'll do no damage on the scoreboard. And after 2 completed innings here from beautiful Sydney and the Western Well, welcome back to Blacktown International Sports Park, where we are at the World Boys Tournament that started in 1973 in California when Japan wanted a bit of competition, and so they took a boys team over to California to play a few promotional and cultural games in a friendship battle between Japan and the United States. It has grown and grown over the last 45 years. And now we find ourselves here in Sydney for the latest running of the World Boys Tournament.
Interesting insight, Cam. The batter there, lead-off batter for this inning, Declan Lynch, 9th in the lineup. His second appearance at the plate, and he took a hack at that pitch and fouled it off Third base coach called him up the line, had a nice little chat to him. They had a bit of a chuckle and he bumped him on the helmet and said, now go back and do what the signal said to do. The coach said do this. So he obviously got something wrong.
And whatever it was, it worked, because he drives this one into the 5-6 hole out into the left field and picks himself up a base hit. So maybe the third base coach should run over there and tap him on the helmet and give him a few more instructions, Harry, because whatever he said worked.
Did that work? That's what he's got to say.
That's all he wants.
Did it work?
And now when he comes into the dugout, that's exactly what he'll say. Look, if you listen to what we're telling you, we're not trying to lead you astray, we're trying to help you.
It was a nice touch. Very good from the coach, and with a smile on his face.
So Lynch gets a base hit to start off the top of the third inning, with San Diego leading the Skyroos by 9 runs to 1. This one hit hard up the middle. Is it going to get over the head of Haynes? No, it's not. He's going to go back, be able to backpedal enough to be able to catch it there at shortstop to get the out on Jacob Savoy. Thought for a fleeting moment it might have got over the head of Matthew Haynes and got out into centre field, but Haynes did enough to get back onto it. And Declan Lynch doing the right thing, freezing on the line drive. When he saw it, he was able to get back to first base without any drama. That will bring Miguel Amador to the plate.
Just a bit of dirt on his uniform. That's all he got out of that, getting back to first. But he's still out there on the diamond, ready to go again. That's Declan Lynch at first.
Amador allows the first pitch to pass from Verez.
Umpire stayed down in the zone, had a good long look at it.
It was high. Perez to the plate again. That one's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Perez definitely taking his time. He's still making sure that he doesn't quick pitch.
Real tightrope that he's walking there, Harrow, on that last pitch.
I was going to say he's gone back to the...
It was a deliberate stop, though.
Yeah, okay.
But
you
it
have
wasn't.
to stop.
It wasn't as pronounced as a stop like that
Correct.
has become now, which he has put into his action. That one misses inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
He's having a long look at the signals and a long look at the runner. Checks him twice.
Perez to the plate. This one in on the hands, but it's forced out into right field. It's a good piece of hitting by Amador.
Runner goes to
Put
3.
him in the corners.
Put it in behind Declan Lynch, and Lynch then just takes advantage of that. He heads around to third base. He'll stand on third. Amador with the base hit to right field will stand on first. Runners at the corners, 1 out. And San Diego leading it 9-1.
I'll tell you what, that hit to right field was just perfect, wasn't it? Nowhere near any of the fielders.
But good quality hitting. He was jammed in on the hands. It was a good pitch from Verez. And Amador had to work hard to get his body through to be able to get any sort of the barrel onto the ball, and did well to squeeze it out into right field. Wild pitch now will score the runner, as coming in and sliding in from third will be Lynch. He will score, and heading up to second will be Amador.
Removes the opportunity for a double play
So
there.
there's obviously something to do with Lynch, as the whole team comes out of the dugout to get in and around him and slap him on the helmet and give him a hard time. Might be the youngster or the rookie of the team. But the whole team very happy to see him make it across home plate.
I bet the coach is smiling. He's still talking to the dugout, the third base coach. Look at him. He's explaining something to Declan Lynch again. Having a ball.
Lopez the batter now. Very dangerous batter. Built like a power hitter. Waiting for that opportunity as the pitch misses high. He's had a single and a double in his 2 at-bats so far. Has scored a run. One of the 10 that have crossed the plate so far for San Diego. Perez misses outside, staying well away from the power of Lopez. 3 straight balls. They've got an open base, so there's no real threat if they want to put Lopez on and then bring the force and possibly the double play back into calculations.
Yeah, he's got it.
Pitch misses low. Lopez will walk on 4 straight pitches. That will give San Diego runners at first and second with only 1 away, leading at 10-1. over the Skyroos at the moment. First baseman Austin Lukenbill to the plate for San Diego. And he's just waiting on his signals from his coach before he steps into the batter's box and gets ready to get things underway. Try and add another couple of runs here for San Diego.
And still only one out in the top of the third.
That pitch will
just
tag.
got him.
Yep, tag Austin Bill. And Austin
So that's going to
Lukenbill.
load him, I think.
Yep, Lukenbill will walk. Emmanuel Lopez to second. Amador to third. And that will load him up for pitcher Santiago Rangel.
Now batting is number 30, Santiago Rangel.
Rangel now with a chance to do some real damage. Rangel lines this one to centre field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Most of the runners were just being a little bit hesitant on the fly ball, so there will only be one run across the plate. Amador will score from third. Everyone else will advance 90 feet. And Rangel will get an RBI single to centre field to add to his RBI earlier in the game.
Is number 1, Joseph Iglesias.
Yeah, top of the third, and that 10-run rule is already starting to come into shape, Cam.
We see 11 to 1. We as we said in the previous game, after 5 innings, there is a run differential rule.
Well, the night doesn't get any easier for the Skyroos, does it?
It doesn't indeed, as this pitch misses upstairs now to Joseph Iglesias. And a shout out to R. Berriton on Twitter, who's watching from San Diego. He's from San Diego. He's watching in Hawaii at the moment on YouTube.
Close.
So nice place. This one pops straight up into the middle of the diamond. It'll be raffled between the second baseman and the shortstop. Padavan, the second baseman,
Infield fly called
will
as
come
well.
up with it. So an infield fly was called regardless.
Next up is number
So Iglesias will go down on the infield fly for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, tough day at the office for the Roos. Tyson Orzell steps to the plate now. And he's got an idea of what to do.
I'm also just having a quick look at the conversion rate, guys. It's 11 runs off 13 hits.
Doing quite well. Been a couple of errors as he drives this one hard to centre field, but it is up for O'Donnelly, and Donnelly should catch it, and does. So back-to-back outs for the Skyroos will end the inning. And so very thankfully they will get to the dugout for a little bit of respite. But we are through 2.5 innings here at Blacktown International Sports Park, and it is San Diego 11, the Skyroos. And back at Blacktown International Sports Park for the bottom of the third inning. The Skyroos, their backs against the wall, trailing by 10. And that's a very precarious position to be in. Leading them off here in the bottom of the third, Shannon Gibbons. Swinging through the first pitch he sees from Santiago Rangel. Still on the mound for San Diego and doing a handy job for them indeed. Another swing and a miss from Gibbons. He falls behind 0-2 now in a deep hole.
And again, as we were talking to some of the coaching staff a little bit earlier, Cam, and I know that you have mentioned it as we just see the next pitch come down and swing away for the third strike. But some of these guys in the Sky Roos, they are actually younger. So they are the younger guys that are coming through the ranks, and as we've made mention before, the development series or development squads.
Yeah, some of them are only 13 years of age and just 13 at
Just
that.
13.
They've turned 13 this year. So they're on the younger side of the 13 age spectrum. But they're doing a good job getting in here in this development squad.
Well, and it's great
getting the
exposure.
experience. Correct. You've got to know what level you want to reach if you want to reach that level. They've got to know what they're going to play against when they go overseas to World Cups and that sort of stuff. Even if any of them want to open doors to go to college or any of that sort of stuff, they've got to know what the standard is.
And the other good thing is that we've also seen some local coaches that are here watching the games as well. And they're actually picking up, I suppose, the experience, because they need to know what their kids or what they have to teach their kids and the level that if they want to progress further into the world stage.
While this game's been going on, gents, you wouldn't have seen some of the interaction in the grandstand that I've seen.
Yep, straight to the shortstop. Orzel comes up firing. It's a high throw, but Luke and Bill at first base is good enough to get up and get it. So Padovan out on the ground ball to shortstop.
And that was a good 6-3 play. But what's been going on our right-hand side of the grandstand here is the Korean team are sitting down in the front two rows watching this game, and the Navy Roos from Australia have been interacting with them, bringing up hot chips and a bit of sauce on them and just showing them a few Australian things, shaking hands, sitting down, having a chat. So it's really good international relationship building between those guys.
This one hit towards third base. Lopez ranges across, cuts it off, makes the throw across the diamond for the third out. So a 1-2-3 very quick innings. San Diego and Santiago Rangel, they'll be very pleased with that. They will be back off the diamond and into the dugout with the sticks in their hands very shortly, as we will head to the top of the fourth inning with San Diego leading the Sky Roos 11 runs to 1.
Bailey Stevens.
And welcome back to Blacktown International Sports Park. You are listening to Sports Broadcasting Australia, bringing you all the action of the World Boys Tournament from Blacktown. Played over the next 4 days, so a full day tomorrow, Sunday, and we've got finals action on Monday and Tuesday. A replacement on the mound, a change on the mound for the Sky Roos. Jacob Veris is replaced by Bailey Stevens. And I don't think the night gets much better for the Sky Roos. Bailey Stevens' first pitch is driven out into right field. Shannon Gibbons will clean it up on the second hop. But Sinjon Balbolia will have the base hit to lead off. This the bottom of the fourth, that's in fact the top of the fourth inning.
Top of four.
And that's the thing, Cam. It was first pitch in this innings. Nobody's waiting around for pitch counts to build or anything like that. These guys are going out there to have some fun and hit the ball. And that's exactly what they're doing.
So Declan Lynch into the batter's box now. Left-handed Stevens goes towards first base with the pick-off move. We saw the Navy Roos pitcher earlier in the day, Alexander Traddles, getting 3 or 4 runners, really bamboozled with his pick-off move. Stevens, however, comes to the plate. This one's popped up into foul territory just to the side of first base, calling everyone off at his spinks, and he will make the catch in foul territory. And so Bailey Stevens and the Skyroos get a pretty cheap quick out there on Declan Lynch.
It was interesting just before he stepped into the box to take that at bat. Declan Lynch on the second pitch had a long look down the third base side.
So a pinch hitter coming in for San Diego, Stephen Lancia.
There you go. At the top of the order. Lancia in, waiting for this pitch from Stevens.
Stevens waits, delivers, called strike. Bit of a round arm action from Stevens on the bump.
He's having a long look in. It's a little bit darker here for the pitcher to look in at the catcher and get those signs.
Over to first base, and only a yard off the bag over there at first base was Balbolia. He was going absolutely nowhere, not interested at all in taking a big lead and being another victim of a left-handed pitcher. His lead is 2.5, make it 3 yards out there at first base, and that's about it. So Stevens comes to the plate on this occasion. This one lifted into centre right. It'll be a base hit. It's getting into the alley. And rounding it up will be Donnelly. He will come up firing, but he can't do anything about Balbolia heading around to third. And Lancia, with his first at-bat on diamond number 1 in this game, he gets himself a base hit out into centre field. And the onslaught continues from San Diego.
Gee, they keep finding the gaps, don't they? Wherever they are, there's no fielders.
I have a feeling this might be a pinch hitter too.
Number 28.
Yep, it is. It's Anthony Inzunza.
Yep, Anthony Inzunza, that's the one, number 28. Inzunza. There's 3 times PMAC, frowning at me.
He's not Beetlejuice. We don't need to call him.
That's it.
So Inzunza waits on his first pitch from Stevens. Comes to the plate, swings on it, chops it foul towards the San Diego dugout, where the next pinch hitter stands on deck, swinging a bat. So going to be some wholesale changes. Looks like Jacob Christian will come in to swing the bat in the next at-bat. He's in the on-deck circle.
Getting him game time, that's what the coach needs to do.
Well, this game could end in 5 innings, Harrow.
Yeah.
They are 10 runs in front. So this could be pretty much the second last at-bat for the San Diego team.
Yeah.
So give them all a bit of a hit where he can. And that's what we like to see and what the coaches are good at doing. This one hit hard into left field. It's going to get well over the head of Purchase. It's going to get down to the warning track here, which is a big hit at Blacktown. Rounding score Balboa and Lancia. He will round and score, and sliding in with a triple will be Inzunza.
Yep.
Say his name 3 times. That's how many bases he got, Harrow.
He got 3
1
of
for
them.
each of them.
No mocker there.
That was a massive hit here at Blacktown. It's a big field at the best of times, especially into those alleys. And he launched one towards the scoreboard. Purchase and Donnelly, no chance whatsoever. And a triple with 2 RBIs.
And Jacob
Anthony
Christian.
Inzunza.
Jacob Christian stepping in now. Pinch hitting, 29, Jacob Christian.
So some wholesale changes being rung by the San Diego coaching staff, which is good to see.
Well, they're all doing a job as well.
Stevens again with that round arm, left arm pitching style finds the strike zone.
Apparently there's a question on the YouTube channel asking who is playing, which I thought was...
Yeah, the San Diego team from California, their representative team, as this one's chopped towards third base. Guerrero can't pick it up on the first attempt, and that will be all she wrote. He will eat it, as there is no way he could have made the throw, and all he could have done was throw it away. And so Christian aboard. Probably should be scored an error, PMAC, you reckon?
I would have, Cam.
So a run scores nonetheless, and that is Inzunza from third base. So he didn't have to wait long to get his 90 feet across the plate to add another run.
He's back in the dugout.
3 added, making it 14-1 San Diego over the Skyroos. And just to finish answering that question, San Diego representative team, of course, from the city of San Diego. All kids in high school there, various high schools around the city.
And the Skyroos is the other team. And number 27 at the plate now is Connor Bell. And they're all getting hits.
That's it. All the pinch hitters have gotten themselves on base as Bell fouls this one off.
Well, it's 14 runs off 17 hits. So, yes, definitely getting the hits, Harry.
Yeah, as you said, the turnover rate is fantastic. Converting hits into runs big time. What a scoreline, though. Wow. 14-1, and we are in the top of the 4th inning.
And the ball gets away from Jordan Martin.
Runner's not going anywhere.
No, sort of keeps it in front, plus that they're more than 10 in front, so you sort of had that little bit of a gentleman's agreement that you won't take the base unless you really have to, or your batter drives you around.
Bit of a courtesy. Nothing wrong with that.
Just good sportsmanship. The last thing you need to do is, in a tournament that is a friendship tournament, you're not playing for World Cup points or gold medals or anything. You don't really need to rub it in by continuing to run when you're well in front.
And we've said all along this Skyroos team is the development team out there at the moment. And are all learning from this experience by a long, long way.
A called strike for Bailey Stevens there, finding the zone on Bell. The count now to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bell. There's one away. Runner at first base, Jacob Christian. Stevens, the 2-2 pitch. Fastball is hit straight towards shortstop Haynes. Haynes will go to second base for the first out. They'll think about a second out, but they will not pull the trigger. Padovan decides to hang on to the ball. So they will get Christian on the force at 2, but Bell will get aboard courtesy of the fielder's choice. Second out recorded here in the top of the 4th inning now for San Diego. And pitcher Santiago Rangel heading to the plate.
And of course, Matthew Haynes had to go a long way across the diamond to get to that ball, which is why they eventually couldn't turn or attempt to turn the second half of that double play.
Rangel gets clipped on the hip. Yep, absolutely got him on the hip as it went through, so he will get the hit by pitch. He will head to first. Bell will head to second. Just enough of a clip that it was audible up here in the box. And another change looks like it's going to be rung here. Number 2, which is Shea Larrabee, into the game. So Shea Larrabee, a left-handed hitter, steps into the box to face the left-handed Stevens. Stevens looks like he throws a lot of curveballs, more so than anything else. This one down in the dirt.
So number 2 replaces number 1, Joseph Iglesias. 8th batter in this top of the 4th innings to come to the plate for San Diego.
Pitch outside from Stevens. So 2 straight balls on Shea Larrabee.
Left-handed hitter, the right fielder is out deep.
Swing and a miss from Larrabee. First strike registered on him. 2 balls and 1 strike. 7th hitter to the plate in this, the top of the 4th inning for San Diego. This one popped up to shortstop Haynes. Should have no problem. Circles around it and does make the catch. So Haynes with the fly out will end the inning. They will leave a couple of runners stranded, will San Diego, but not before they post 3 more runs in the inning. And that will take their tally to 14. They lead the Skyroos 14-1 as we will be back with the bottom of the 4th after just a short break. And welcome back to Blacktown International Sports Park, where we're heading to the bottom of the fourth inning. A multitude of changes, as you would have heard if you were with us in the top part, with all the new batters taking over. And so with that, we will run through the infield. And at third base now will be Jacob Christian. At shortstop will be Hector Milan. At second base is Shea Larrabee. At first base is Connor Bell. Just checking behind the plate. Still looks like it might be Savoy, number 4. No, that's not number 4.
Catcher, I think, is 3, Cam.
We don't have a number 3.
All right, we'll find him.
Might be 5. Might be Stephen Lancier. He came into the game. That looks like a 5 to me. So I'm going to say that's Stephen Lancier behind the plate. And we just got to work on the outfield. So that's the whole infield changed. Bar the pitcher, Rangel, who fires this one in. This one's chopped towards third baseman, and that is Christian. And Christian comes up firing for the out across to Connor Bell. So 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth. As we quickly have a quick look out at the outfield. 21 is in left field. 21 is Mark Prince, so that's a change out there as well. So Mark Prince out there as Rangel throws a first pitch curveball.
And I think you'll find Nzunza is in centre field, just a straight swap with Miguel Amador. Anthony Nzunza.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
It's Bailey Stevens just chops one straight at Christian, who doesn't come up with it on this occasion. It gets through him and out into left field, and Bailey Stevens gets himself aboard after coming into the game for Verez. So Stevens aboard. I think you're right, Harrow. That looks like that'll be Nzunza out there. And in right field, have a look out there. Still looks like the 17. That still will be Declan Lynch.
Yeah.
Is still the 17 in right field, so he hasn't changed. So 7 positional changes in that inning for San Diego. So we've got them. We'll run around them again. This one fouled straight back to the netting.
We've got Jordan Martin at the plate for the Skyroos right now, stepping in.
So basically the changes now: Mark Prince playing left field, Anthony Nzunza playing centre field, Declan Lynch at right field, Jacob Christian is the third baseman, Hector Milan the shortstop, Shea Larrabee the second baseman, as this is hit through the 5-6 hole hard and straight out to Prince there at left field, who sends it in quickly to second base, hoping that maybe Bailey Stevens was asleep. He wasn't. He got to second base quickly. And now the Skyroos have runners at first and second with only 1 away.
Back-to-back singles to left field side out there. So who's stepping in? It won't be Spinks. He was changed out, wasn't he, I think? A little earlier.
No, Spinks is still in the game.
Spinks is there.
Spinks is still in the game, number 16, I think, isn't it?
76.
76, in fact.
Yep, that's him. Will Spinks.
Had a walk his first time at bat and then was grounded into a double play. Spinks waits now, up and in, taking there. 2 straight balls now on Wilson Spinks. And I'd imagine San Diego will probably be wanting to get their replacement pitcher ready sometime soon. Rangel's done well to come here to the bottom of the fourth inning. Now with 2 runners on, he's behind 2-0. This one well inside, make that 3-0. If he loads them up with only 1 out, they don't want to let the Skyroos get back inside that 10-run differential. They want to try and end their evening a little bit earlier than normal and enjoy their little bit of extra time off. 3-0 pitch on its way. Catches the inside corner for a called strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Full schedule of games out here at Blacktown International Sports Park again tomorrow. We'll be on air at about 10 minutes to 9 for the first game, which kicks off at 9 o'clock as a little check swing, swing. And the barrel of the bat finds the ball more so than anything else. Just rolls away down the first base line. The first game being the Koreans versus Almeida. That's going to be a cracking game from what we've seen today. Then at 2:30, Fresno will take on the Navy Roos. And at 5 o'clock, we'll see the Mind of Japan take on the Sky Roos. So a full day of broadcasting again tomorrow here from Blacktown International Sports Park. As again, this one, just a little half swing, but this one goes foul down the third base side, out of play. And the count will remain full at 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away. Here in the bottom of the 4th innings, it is San Diego leading the Skyroos by 14 runs to 1. There's another little half swinger, and that's going to be a line drive. It's going to be taken by the second baseman, Larrabee, who's going to double up Jordan Martin, who couldn't freeze and get back. He wasn't sure if it actually hopped or not, and he got caught in between, and he will be doubled up. So Spinks will be out on the line drive to 4, and Martin will be doubled up on the 4 to 3. So they will lose 2 in a twin killing, and that will be it for the 4th inning. So we are done through 4 completed innings here at Blacktown International Sports Park, and it is San Diego 14, the
And that was just a little bit of music of Greta Van Fleet. It was a bit of a request, and I know that everyone has their highway tunes, but that one's just When the Curtain Falls. That one's for Longy, because I know that he likes it band.
Fair enough. A 0-0 in the batter's box now. That's Hector Milan. He's come into the game, so he will be batting. Saw him go into to shortstop in the last fielding dig. So he gets his first swing of the bat for the evening, facing the new pitcher for the Skyroos, Jacob Foster. This being the top of the 5th inning. It is 14-1 San Diego over the Skyroos. Takes no time blasting it through the 5-6 hole for a base hit out to left field.
Hey, these kids can all hit, can't
That's
they?
it. There's no chance whatsoever of stopping that one. Even the big boys wouldn't have.
No.
In off the bench and away they go. 0-0.
You'd have laid out, you may have got a tip of a glove to it, but it was travelling so hard that it probably just goes straight through your glove, blasts through anyway into left field. A base hit for Milan. I was going to say brings Bilboia to the plate, but it doesn't because he's out, so this will be Mark Prince at the plate now.
Yep, left fielder. That was him. He took his place in fielding at the last inning.
He goes after one and hits it to centre field. Donnelly has a read on it though, just balances himself up and takes a nice catch in centre field. So Prince sees 2 pitches and drives one out into centre field, and he's done.
Fly ball to position 8, and that brings Declan Lynch to the plate. He's not leaving the game.
No.
He's getting his game's worth here tonight. Let's see what the coach does. Last signal he gave him in his last at bat, he just pointed to centre field and said, hit it out there. The relationship between him and the third base coach must be brilliant.
And sees the first pitch and takes. Outside for a ball.
Don't forget, all the viewers out there, you can watch these games later on. After it's all over, the 3 games today are all recorded on the site, and they're there for you to watch at your leisure. And when the guys get home, they can sit down in their lounge and watch them as well.
This one ripped to right field by Lynch. He'll get himself another base hit. 1 hops out there to Gibbons, and that will advance the runner Millen to second base. Lynch with his second base hit of the night. So he goes now 2 for 4 with a couple of singles, a strikeout, and a fly foul. We'll bring Stephen Lancia back to the plate.
So back to the top of the lineup, Cam.
Top of the lineup sheet, yep, that's correct. Although lots and lots of changes on the lineup. Foster trying to get things done for the Skyroos to give them one last chance here in the bottom of the 5th to get away from this run differential. Misses outside with the first pitch to Lancia.
Now, the thing with a lot of these hits these San Diego guys have been putting out there, you can't even defend them. They're finding all of the gaps, all of the alleys.
This one popped up. Should be a play for second baseman Padovan. He circles around to his left and takes the catch comfortably. Somewhat deep in the infield. Really should have been an infield fly for mine. I don't know that it was called. I wasn't watching the umpires. I was watching the fielder.
Certainly was not called.
I was watching the fielder because there was only 1 out, runners on first and second. But the catch was taken nonetheless. So we'll call it a fly 4 because, as I said, didn't see a call from the umpires, but they may have made it. So that will bring Inzunza to the plate. And don't say it 3 times, they need an out here. Harrow, just relax. The Skyroos need an out. So if you don't say it at all, maybe they'll get him at the plate.
I've done the button up.
Yeah.
So Foster getting a strike off a foul from the first pitch at Inzunza.
That's twice.
It's in commentary. It's not like a Beetlejuice.
So he should get a double is what you're saying, P-Mac.
This one slapped foul down the first base line and out of play. 0-2 now. The play-by-play commentator doesn't count. P-Mac, it's only when the colour commentator chimes in and says his name 3 times he stands up and hits a triple.
I was conjuring something up and it worked.
If I give you the name of a racehorse, can you say it 3 times quickly for me and see if it gets up for me?
Sure.
It'll still be running.
Winks, winks, winks. Too late?
Chewing gum.
It's stuck to the fence. Pitch comes in, swinging, little foul, just enough on it to stay alive from Inzunza on that occasion. A little bit of bat on it over the glove of Martin and to the back netting. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 away, but there's runners on first and second. So the threat's still real for the Skyroos. Tries a big breaking pitch, gets it on the outside edge. Called strike 3, the big 12-6 breaking pitch. It froze Inzunza. He was struck out looking, and that will be it for the top of the 5th for San Diego. They will leave a couple of runners stranded. No further addition to the score. It is 14-1 San Diego over the Skyroos.
And we hope that you have been enjoying the commentary and the broadcast that we are providing. And there are a couple of ways that if you'd like to give us a little bit of feedback, good, bad or indifferent, because at the end of the day, feedback is feedback.
We're just happy that you're listening.
That's right, because it just shows that you were listening. And a couple of ways that you can get in touch with us here at Blacktown International Sports Park is Twitter, and the Twitter handle is up on your screen at the moment, and it's at Summer of Baseball. So at Summer of Baseball is the Twitter handle. You know, feel free to jump online at any stage, and Cam will respond as best as he can, or we'll give you a shout out regardless. And the other way that you can get us is the SMS, and the SMS number up on your screen now, and this is for our international viewers as well, so it's a +614 12 203 068. So +614 12 203 068. And you can be part of the broadcast as well.
Last roll of the dice coming up for the Skyroos from Australia. Bottom of the 5th inning. And they have to break the nexus that the San Diego guys have got around them at the moment. It is 14 runs to 1. So they've got to score 5 runs to keep this game alive. And I fear that that's probably not possible.
But there are other games, as Cam alluded to a bit earlier, other games coming on tomorrow, and starting at 9 o'clock on Diamond 1, we have Korea versus Alameda, and then there's a bit of a welcome party that's being held at around about 12 o'clock. And then at 2:30, Fresno versus Navy Roos, and then at 17, so 5 o'clock, there is Japan versus Sky Roos.
And we just see there in front of us, Callum Donnelly just laid down a what we call a power bunt, where he's taken a full-blooded swing and the ball's come right off the end of the bat, just dribbled down the first base line. The pitcher, Santiago Rangel, came over and cleaned it up, threw it up to Connor Bell, the first baseman, and they get the first out that they needed.
Wow, that doesn't get any easier here, does it? Can't manufacture, there's one.
Purchase with a soft little line drive straight at second baseman Larrabee. He cleans that up, so 3 pitches for 2 outs, so we're looking for a quick inning. And Santiago Rangel, still on the mound, had only faced 15 batters coming into this inning. So this is the bottom of the 5th. That is batters 16 and 17 that he has faced here in this game. So a very economical outing for Rangel after giving up a run in the first innings. He faced the most batters he's faced all night in that first inning. Faced 5 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and he's now faced 2 here in the 5th. That one fouled straight back at the plate by Shannon Gibbons.
I'll make this note that imagine these players from the Skyroos in 2 or 3 years' time.
Yep, and that's the whole point of these tournaments, is Harrow, is to show them the level they need to work to get to the level where the other boys are, and if they want to get to college or compete on a minor league level, they have to put that work in and they have to work hard, and that's what these tournaments show them. If they want to get to that level, they have to put some work in.
Yep, and they've got to build the platform and work off that now, and they will learn a lot over the next 4 days.
Gibbons swings and misses, falls behind 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Down to the last strike are the Skyroos. Trying to find a way out of the run differential here in the bottom of the 5th. They trail 14-1. Rangel fires in a fastball, misses low and outside. He's looking to end the evening. He's done a great job on the mound for San Diego. Can he close it out with this 2-2 pitch? Little foul ball. Just off the inside, squeezed the hands up there of Gibbons. He just wrings his hands out after fouling that one off. It was on the inside portion of the plate. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Rangel kicks the leg up. Breaking ball, swing and a miss from Gibbons. And Rangel will do enough to end this game here in the 5th. It is 14-1, San Diego over the Skyroos, and that is the way she will end. Time and game called by our home plate umpire, and that will be all she wrote for the Skyroos here in this one. San Diego running out the winners 14-1 here in the 3rd game on Diamond 1, and a great performance from the boys from San Diego. They had it all over the field on the Skyroos. Rangel on the mound, a complete game, only facing 18 hitters for the entire night through 5 innings. So a fantastic performance by him and his defense around him, it must be said. He got a little bit of help from Iglesias making good plays early on, and Christian later on made a good play at 3rd base, so he got plenty of help in the field. But their batters came to play too. Hits all over the place, left, right and centre for San Diego, and a good confidence boosting win for the boys from San Diego. They'll take plenty out of that and take that on to day 2 of this World Boys Tournament.
Yeah, certainly was, Cam. And Rangel was the only player from San Diego that did not get replaced during the course of that game.
Well, why would you waste a pitcher if you have to?
Every other player, I should say, got replaced during that game, which gave them all plenty of game time. And that's a really good move by the coaching staff. But those replacement players that came into the hitting lineup also showed the coaching staff that they can hit as well as the other guys that they replaced. So every one of those players that stepped up had a good day at the plate for San Diego today.
Yeah, nice headaches to have for the San Diego coaching staff as to what they do going forward, because it doesn't matter who they put in, they know that those players are going to get the job done for them.
Yeah, and tomorrow San Diego will play on Diamond 2 against Japan at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Cracking game. If you're around Blacktown and you want to come out and watch a cracking game of baseball, I reckon that's going to be one of it.
That'll be it. And then in the afternoon, San Diego back up in Game 3 and play Hawaii. There's another cracking game. So San Diego and Hawaii at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And in the middle of that, at 2:30 in the afternoon, Hawaii versus the Red Roos. All on Diamond 2, these games. That's going to be sensational baseball out there. And, of course, Diamond 1 has already been mentioned. Korea and Alameda at 9 a.m. 2:30 is Fresno and the Navy Roos. And then to close the day out tomorrow at 5 o'clock, it is Japan and the Sky Roos, who get an appearance on Diamond 1 yet again. That'll be their third appearance on the main diamond tomorrow afternoon. But let's see what they can do. I can tell you now that San Diego, they did an excellent job this afternoon. They got their 14 runs off 20 hits. 20 hits in a game of baseball.
I was going to actually make mention of that, Harry.
20 hits will win you a football game.
Well, that's it. It'll win you a lot of games. Some clubs struggle to get that all season.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it was a great conversion rate, and it showed that the guys, their bats were humming, but and it's not as if they were hitting bad pitches, because the pitching, they did the right thing. They threw strikes. And as a result, the bats just well and truly came alive.
That's exactly right. I'll also remind everybody that's viewing out there that you can watch these games, the earlier games today and this one tonight. You can watch them on this same channel on replay. They continue there and they will just stay there for a long, long time. So when these boys get back home, either to their hotel or wherever they're staying, or when they get back home to the US or Japan or Korea, wherever they are, they will be able to sit back and watch these games in a couple of weeks' time if they want to. And the coaching staff can do that as well. Just have a look at that. It's a record of this tournament here in Sydney, Australia, from Blacktown International Sports. We are really glad to have been able to bring you these games out here today. And, of course, it will be over the next 4 days until we get to the championship game on Tuesday afternoon as well. It's all really good baseball. They're all up-and-coming and promising young baseballers. And with this game over here, that's fine. We start a fresh day tomorrow. They all go home, they eat, they have a good sleep tonight and start again. And it's just another day of sensational baseball for the viewers, for the spectators, for the families and parents and coaches. Everybody's here to have a really good time. It is a friendship series, as we say, and that's exactly how it's all panning out. And, of course, it's all brought to you by the Summer of Baseball, courtesy of Sports Broadcasting Australia's broadcast team. Big Cam Hickson, P. Mac, Paul McCulloch and myself, Paul Harradine. We wish you a wonderful night. Hope that you'll tell your friends and family. Tune in tomorrow to the YouTube channel Baseball.TV by Sports Broadcasting Australia. Thanks for viewing today. And as I say, spread the word. It's only good.
See you tomorrow.